The test pilots who rode Boeing's Starliner capsule into orbit are now at the International Space Station. NASA's Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams made their way into the International Space Station hours after the capsule docked, and they were greeted with hugs and handshakes. Boeing's new capsule arrived at the International Space Station on Thursday, delayed by last-minute thruster trouble that almost derailed the docking for this first test flight with astronauts. The 260-mile high, or 420-kilometer high link-up over the Indian Ocean culminated in more than a day of continuing drama for Boeing's astronaut flight debut, carrying Wilmore and Williams. Boeing plans to keep Starliner at the space station for at least 8 days before guiding it to a landing in the western U.S. Williams entered the space station first, dancing on the way into music. Wilmore followed, snapping his fingers. They embraced the 7 space station residents. The Starliner capsule already had one small helium leak when it rocketed into orbit with 2 NASA astronauts Wednesday. Boeing and NASA managers were confident they could manage the propulsion system despite the problem and that more leaks were unlikely. But just hours into the flight, 2 more leaks cropped up. Later, 4 of the capsule's 28 thrusters went down. The astronauts managed to restart 3 of them, providing enough safety margin to proceed. By then, Starliner had passed up the first docking opportunity and circled the world for an extra hour alongside the station before moving in. It was not immediately known whether the thrusters' problems were related to earlier leaks. Earlier in the day, before the thrusters malfunctioned, Boeing spokesman Jim May said the helium leaks posed no safety issues for the astronauts or the mission. Helium is used to pressurize the fuel lines of Starliner's thrusters, which are essential for maneuvering. Before liftoff, engineers devised a plan to work around any additional leaks in the system. A faulty rubber seal, no bigger than a shirt button, is believed responsible for the original leak. After the space shuttles retired, NASA hired Boeing and SpaceX to ferry astronauts to and from the space station. SpaceX's taxi service began in 2020. Boeing was supposed to start around the same time, but was held up for years by safety concerns and other troubles.